welcome all of those who were watching hockey. We are in Seattle, the first ever meet on the Big Ten Network for the gymnastics squad here at the University of Washington as they enter their first season of Big Ten competition as they welcome the 18th ranked Michigan Wolverines into town, the Washington Gym Dogs. And as we go to, we're just underway, number 2 on the vault for the Washington Huskies is Caitlin McWilliams.
Great Yurchenko full, gets a really good distance on that, and Caitlin is an athlete that really stepped up this season to come in on the vault. She had good form in the air, and that was a great vault for the Huskies in the second position.
She had been in the leadoff spot, but the Huskies moving things around. Lana Navarro not competing today in the vault due to an injury, so shuffling the lineup around, but so far so good for the Huskies. Still waiting on the scores from the judges that are all sitting down on the floor. Our broadcast position is up about midway up this arena with a great crowd out here. Head coach for the Huskies, Jessa Hansen-Parker, telling us that they set a record for season tickets sold this season for Washington Gymnastics. And a really nice crowd out here to witness the maiden voyage into the Big Ten Conference. Are some of our judges seated now. We want to thank them. You can't have this sport without the judges. Maureen Blair, Joy Schmidt, Michelle Ripple, and Diane Robinson, the judges here today. So up next for Michigan, on the bars will be Ava Jordan, a 5'2" sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Started her career as a walk-on last year as a freshman, and she has turned into a star in the making.
I love a walk-on story because it really just shows gymnasts who are looking, to be in college gymnastics that you can contribute as a walk-on and, with that goal of maybe earning a scholarship. So it's an even level playing field for sure.
She does 2 events, the vault and the bars.
It's a great job fighting for that handstand. She does a huge straddle Jaeger for her major release move. Again, another good fight. Great handstand on that bail. High to low transition. She's going to do a full pirouette and end with a double tuck. And found that landing.
Gorgeous.
Here's another look at her dismount. She has a full pirouette into a double tuck, and she was already prepared. You can see she was getting into that sticking position before her feet hit the ground, and it definitely paid off.
The scores on site, they're having some issues technically, so we will bring you those scores as soon as they come across, of course. But right now it's time for Kristen Lynn, the 5'7" sophomore from Santa Clara, California, the King's Academy.
Yurchenko full. She really held that landing. Her chest was down, so the judges will be deducting from that, but otherwise good distance, good form. All she really needs to do is open up those hips to really improve her body position in the air.
A big smile for her. Made her season debut on bars only at Rutgers. And now on the vault.
That's a great smile.
Just got to be a relief.
Oh, absolutely. When your feet don't move, it's like, okay, great. I can exhale a little bit.
I mean, the adrenaline and nerves in this sport, I would think the opening event, it's just got to be almost overwhelming. Of how do you calm yourself when everything is so precise?
I think it's just knowing what you need individually. So if you need a teammate to stick with you, or if you want to kind of stand off by yourself to stay in your zone. But yeah, the first event definitely sets the tone for the rest of the meet.
This is Sophia Diaz, the outstanding 5'3" freshman from Clarksville, Maryland, River Hill High School.
She's a very powerful swinger, and she's gearing up for this double layout. Unfortunately, had to take that step forward. She landed with her chest down. But other than that, I think that was a really good routine. It was really just that step on the dismount.
She scored a career-high 9.9 to win the first uneven bars title of her career at Michigan State. That was last week. She shared the title with Carly Bauman, the grad student. And this is a true freshman, folks, that is putting up big numbers. So now for Washington, Kira Bolden, the 5'3" sophomore. She will do 2 events, at least that's what she's scheduled to do, the vault and the floor.
See Yurchenko full from her today. She is capable, as you can see from that hop back, she is capable of doing a 1.5, but they're starting her off slow. She was out all last season due to a knee injury, and so they're really just inching her back in to keep her body healthy and to build that confidence in competition. But great pop off the horse, you can see right here, good body position, and she just has so much momentum and power that she has to take that hop. So that's going to be about a 1/10.5 to 2/10. It'll depend on what the judges do with that, but again, lots of potential there.
She had a big jump in her score from week 1 to week 2. The Huskies have competed in 2 meets. Michigan has competed in 3. So Bolden, week 1 to week 2. Big jump up to 9.725, and our scores are now coming in. David Jordan in that 2 spot with the 9.825. And this is JC Bohr, the senior from Fishers, Indiana.
JC is very polished on this event. It really shows that she is a senior. Great on bars. She's very dynamic as well. Flows from one skill to the next. A little short on that cast handstand before her dismount. She's going to finish off with a double layout. And again, had to take that step, so that's going to be about a 10th, but other than that, very good routine. So far, I think it's just for Michigan. They just need to hone in on these landings.
She had a season-high 9.850 on the bars last week at Michigan State. Averaged 9.773 last season on the bars. And her coach says she's just a ray of sunshine, loves having her in the gym. For Washington, next up on the vault, the 5'7" freshman, Lex Muyinga.
There's a lot of power on this event. Great Yurchenko 1.5, had to take that step, but again, just the execution of it. Lots of power, she gets a pop off the table, really gets that amplitude that the judges are looking for. Her legs do come apart right off the springboard. So she does squeeze them together throughout the twist. And yeah, I think she just needs to keep her arms down to prepare for the landing. She brought her chest up a little too fast, which caused her to take that step back.
It is interesting because the judges, where they're viewed, on one of those angles, her legs looked like they were together.
Yeah.
And then one of our other TV angles, it looked like they were split a bit.
So it really depends if the judges can see that. Again, this is a very, it's a sport all about details, but it is subjective as well. So some judges may see something and another doesn't, so that's why you'll sometimes see a discrepancy.
And now the grad student out of West Des Moines, Iowa Valley High School, it's Carly Bauman. She was part of the national championship winning team for Michigan back in 2021 and 2-time captain of the Wolverines.
It's a beautiful swinger. She had a toe shoot straight to blind into this huge straddle Jaeger. She is absolutely stunning on bars, gorgeous to watch. She's going to do a blind into a double front dismount, blind landing. Maybe the slightest scooch forward, but she was ready for that landing.
Now, well done by Baumann. She shared the uneven bars title at Michigan State last week with Sophia Diaz, both with a 9.9.
Another look at that dismount. Yeah, she did have to take that step forward. But that was a great routine. I love watching her on bars.
And in the anchor spot for Washington in the vault is Mary McDonough, the 5'7" sophomore out of Franklin, Tennessee, Franklin High School. And she is their all-arounder.
She's a pretty tall gymnast, 5'7". Her full. Beautiful execution, good form, amplitude. Just had that hop back, but she was right on the money.
She had a 9.750 last week at Rutgers. That was the Huskies' second best score on the vault. Or excuse me, a 9.775 at Rutgers.
Her form is just so clean. That is a beautiful Yurchenko full.
So McDonough, the Huskies all-arounder, and now we go to the electric freshman, Jay-Z Ranger, 4'11" freshman from Coconut Creek, Florida.
She's very dynamic on this event, such a powerful swinger. She opens up with a huge release move called Array. She's going to do a toe shoot down to a bail, down to the low bar. So far, so good. Her form is looking much better this week, finishing off with a double A. Just a step on that landing, but there's a reason why she's in that anchor spot. Here's another look at that dismount, double layout. Just her arms were up a little too high, which caused her to take that step back, but again, she's a freshman and she's getting the hang of it very quickly.
Her coach, Bev Plocky, says that she is a dynamo, an exciting performer. And they certainly are excited about this #1 ranked recruiting class that are now all freshmen. And so the scores are in. 5 of the 6 scores are in for Michigan on the bars. The highest, a 9.850 so far by Carly Baumann. For the Huskies, just 1 score. The leadoff, Emily Innes, got a 9.800 to lead things off in the vault for Washington. And now an exhibition performance. And this score will not count. 5 of the 6 scores will count, and they can choose to drop the lowest one. So Audrey Sanger, this is an exhibition. Ooh, just slipping out.
Yes, and this is what exhibitions are for. It's to get, gymnasts kind of in that comfortable mindset to get out on the competition floor, but it takes away the pressure of your score counting, and it, gives them that competition, those reps that they need. So when they're ready to be put in lineup, they're already good to go. So this is the exact reason why she's probably in this exhibition spot.
Well, we talked about the nerves. Anybody doing something for the first time, no matter what it is, you've got that extra heartbeat going as she tries to work her way out, and again, just slipping.
She did come back down again, so
hope she's all right. Bev Plocky coming over to make sure that she's okay, the head coach. Scott Sherman, the assistant coach for 29 years at Michigan, a veteran coaching staff. And you love this.
Now it's all about just her finishing the routine off strong. Double layout.
And she'll be disappointed, of course, but we've seen it already this season. Jay-Z Ranger in her first event in week 1 fell.
Yeah.
And she's been nailed since then.
Yes, so it does absolutely happen.
That first time of the season, or when you're in the exhibition spot, chance to get out there in front of a crowd and get used to it. So a number 2 score for Washington, 9.725 for Caitlin McWilliams. We'll get those scores to you in the second rotation, all coming up from Seattle.